Nick Gallo, KC Thunder. Shai, you guys went into the locker room at halftime, 13-0 run, came out of it with a big run too. What was key from an approach standpoint to the way that you guys closed and then opened the half?
Yeah, we just wanted to play our identity through the full 48 minutes. If that team gets comfortable, they can string together some moments and maybe steal a game. And we didn't want that to kind of come into play, so we just try to play to our identity the whole game and kind of not let our foot off the gas.
And then, Chet, you guys forced 25 turnovers. This guy had 7 steals. What did you make of the defensive effort and just the disruptiveness on that end?
Yeah, no, I think it was a great team effort. Really keying in on the game plan and overall just going out and executing. From the first to the last guy that stepped on the floor, I feel like we had a great team effort there.
Chet, it feels like, some of what Shai's maybe done on that end this year will probably get swept under the rug between you and Casey and Lou, but I'm just curious what you thought of his progression as a defender since you've been here.
I wouldn't call it progression. He's been a great defender since I got here.
For sure.
I feel like it definitely gets overshadowed sometimes by the stuff he does on the offensive end, but, if you play with Shai, you appreciate the way he, really locks in on defense, and, he's a huge plus for us on that end, so it's great to have him.
Shai, you guys had 31 fast break points tonight, and I know playing fast is part of your all's identity every single night, but how key was that for you guys and being able to take over the game the way you were?
Yeah, it's something that we like to hang our hat on every night. We know we're our best when we get out in transition and play in open court. There's so many guys that are good at touching the paint and doing so on the full court and then spraying out. Only makes the game easier for all of us, and then we're our best. But yeah, we definitely got to it tonight, and I think that's why the game looked the way it did.
Shai, the career high 7 steals for you tonight. Mark talks about how when you're out, they miss your defense more than anything, and you talk about how you want to be more of a two-way player. When did that mindset kind of change for you, or has it always been you've always had that mindset and we just notice it a little bit more?
Yeah, my first couple years in the NBA, guys used to target me defensively, and just as a competitor, I didn't like that. Didn't sit well with me, and a little bit of it is because of my frame. I was smaller, and I just didn't like that feeling. So I kind of took that personal and tried to change the narrative a little bit.
Chet, you've talked a lot about this just being another game. It's the Thunder versus the Spurs, but for the fans, there seemed to be some extra energy when you guys got matched up. Is that something you could feel or hear on the floor?
We can always hear our fans cheering. I feel like they did a great job tonight of kind of cheering no matter what was going on. They were loud all night. Shout out to, our fans in Paycom. They really brought it tonight, and, they definitely helped with the win.
And then, Shai, a lot of the noise coming in this game, like I just mentioned, was Victor and Chet. You have 7 steals, no pun intended, steal the show here. Was that something that you were coming into this game, trying to make a statement on a big stage, or just playing your game?
Yeah, not at all. I woke up and wanted to win the basketball game today.
Yeah. Just you guys' thoughts, though, on the team defensive effort against Wembanyama. He was 4 for 15, and several times he couldn't even get the ball. You guys were swarming him, tipping the ball away. Just you guys' thoughts on the team defensive effort against him.
We just wanted to make him play in the crowd. We try to do so with most teams' best players, so it was no different from that. But we just try to make him play in the crowd and play outside of his comfort zone.
Anybody? Oh, go ahead, Jenny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Shai, these guys obviously have a young core building, same way you guys have a young core building. Do you like the idea that this might be a team that you guys see, time and again as you kind of are trying to get back in a contender status here? Was this sort of a fun night to maybe start something that we'll see for a few years?
Good question. I have never thought about that. I think myself, and I can speak for the rest of the guys, we're just so focused on us making strides every day and being a better team than we were yesterday that all that stuff is I haven't thought about that. So maybe in a couple weeks I'll have an answer for you, but we haven't thought about that.
Chet, you've been praised for your mindset, and you've also praised Josh for how tough he is, but tonight you got Kendrick Williams back, and of course he adds an element of toughness. Kind of what goes into having a guy like that set the tone for you guys?
Man, we missed Unc out there. He came in, he was ready. he kept saying, like, can't wait to be back, can't wait to be back. And then today he's like, I'm back. So, it's great to have him back, somebody out there who's, bringing the energy and really setting the tone, like you said. It's hard not to follow suit when you got a guy like that out there. So, we're happy to have Rich back.
With him being back, you were able to play a lineup with him, Kaysen, yourself, and Jada out there defensively. Does that just, get you excited, defensively minded, playing with those guys?
100%. I'm excited to play with anybody we got on the team and any type of lineup. So, it was a lot of fun out there to play with that lineup as well as all the other ones.
Chet, I think your first matchup against Wemby was the 2021 Under-19 FIBA World Cup. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Anything you remember about that tournament and that game specifically?
Yeah, just a great matchup between the USA and France, and a lot of great players in that game that were competing, and it came down to the wire, and we were able to edge out a win in that one.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, guys.